All right, hello everybody. I think I can. All right, I think Discord changed sizes. So I think if I do this.
Oh.
No, that's fine. Whatever. Hey everybody. I am here. So is Brian Drums, the Hookmaster, who is here to co-commentate with me tonight. And yeah, we got two matches tonight. Brian Drum is going to help me commentate for the first match, which is going to be Red Apple versus Purple Potato. And then we got another match after that. We have two newer players to our competitive scene. We're going to be having... I need to remind myself, where are those players? Am I just blanking on where they are? Did they disappear into the ether? They're no longer on the schedule. What happened? Well, it's probably somewhere else. But we have two new players whose scheduled matches seem to have disappeared from the schedule. Well, let's fix that when we get to it. Brian Drums, you are known for playing Captain Hook.
What are the great? Yes.
You also have watched Red Apple and Purple Potato play before. Who do you think they'll bring out tonight?
Yeah, so just kind of looking at the lay of the land, Red Apple, Purple Potato, these guys are veteran players. They were both involved in Season 2, as well as I believe they were both involved in your one win per villain tournament that happened in between Seasons 2 and 3. I know that Purple Potato does love... he does like playing Dr. Facilier a lot. I know he's done a lot of work with Radigan as well in the past. And he's even done a little bit with Hook, just a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Radigan from Purple Potato here. And then on Red Apple's end as well, just from this season, from a couple of spectating some games I've seen of his from this season, from yesterday, he's done a lot of work with Radigan this season, which typically when he came in, I know he was really big on Ursula. So he might have been labbing a little bit with Rat in between seasons. So, but we could also see an Ursula come out as well. But I do believe that we will be seeing Radigan come in here in this set from either of the players.
Yeah, I think that certainly is possible. I think I did see Red Apple bring out Radigan earlier today. I believe I was judging his game. My memory is just turning into spaghetti lately.
Yeah, well, especially whenever we've already had 20 matches be played in the first 2 days.
Yes, we have had a lot of matches. I have judged a couple of them. We're going to see a couple more here. If you thought there were a lot of matches out of that tournament we had a couple weeks ago, whoo boy howdy, are we going to have a bunch here. We have double the number of players, but it is only each player needs to get in 2 to 3 sets per week. Okay.
Yeah, so that is a minimum of 6 games or a maximum of 9 games from 3 sets. And with the amount of players that we do have, we've already had 22 matches played, and 53 games have already been 53 individual games have already happened. So it's interesting to see, where that number goes, and a lot of games have already been played currently.
That many games makes my brain hurt. All right, we've had a single guess as to what my dessert item is, and I will say, yes, indeed it is actually apple pie. Well done, Zach, for guessing. I have topped it with some blackberry ice cream. That is what I'm enjoying while I stream.
I was about to say, what kind of ice cream is that?
It's purple. It's purple ice cream. So there's blue drink. There's purple ice cream.
Is it purple for is it purple for purple potato? Is that
purple potato does not have a monopoly on the color purple. Purple has been my favorite color for a long time, so it is purple for me. All right, let's head on in to the stream, the game here. Whoops. Yeah, okay. I need to very, very quickly. Okay, it is no longer black. Hooray!
And as we were saying, you guys, this is our first set of the night. Purple potato.
Oh, and of course they are on the opposite sides. Let me just change this real quick.
And also with this new TTS update, we'll have to be sure it's on the right side since the player names aren't below anymore. But we do have Red Apple playing Queen of Hearts and Purple Potato playing Professor Radigan.
Yep. So I can change this to, oh, this is wicked, so delightfully wicked. And it is not Purple Potato playing a doppelganger, but Purple Potato versus Red Apple.
It does look like here, Purple Potato did win our dice roll. So it did look like he's opting to go first here, where Red Apple does get the option to be able to mulligan as many cards into his hand as he would like and reshuffle back up as he is going second. Looks like we need to promote Red Apple.
Yes, I need to do that. Yeah. That is a thing I need to do. Red Apple was a little late hopping into the room, but that's okay. No big deal. Yeah. Cool. And we'll just wait for our judge, Matromic. Thank you, Matromic, to tell these players what to do, and then we can get started here. So Radigan versus Queen of Hearts. Who do you favor here?
Typically just on the surface, Radigan has been very solid, in this meta currently, especially with the heavy fates. But Queen of Hearts, gotta give a huge shout out to, I cannot see the cards that are being played.
That was a Bartholomew played at Buckingham Palace and a capture discarded. And it looks like we're getting a March Hare thrown at the White Rabbit's house.
Okay. I'm just going to re-enter the room. But kind of what I was saying, with Queen of Hearts, big shout out to Stacy. her name's Lulu, Tave's wife. She's done a whole lot with Queen of Hearts. Has kind of shown the power that she has to kind of just go straight into her goal.
Speaking of, we see an off with your head immediately killing March Hare and popping out a card guard there. Yeah, Queen of Hearts is strong, and I'm glad to see her finally getting recognized in the league here. She wasn't used very often previously. Radigan is just using Greatest Criminal Mind to draw some cards there. And playing a Ruffians to play another card, Gears. Ruffian's a very flexible card that lets you perform an action at the place you play them to, as long as it's not yours.
There you go, make two. Looks like we're back to Red Apple. Going over to White Rabbit's house, looking to see if we can get a Fate in here. One of the main things about Radigan that can slow him down a whole lot is if you get a good hero to block at Buckingham Palace. Block that top Fate. He won't have a way to vanquish and Fate in the same turn from that location since there's no play a card on bottom.
Oh, yes.
But it looks like that's what we're going to be doing. This is Judson and Dawson can be played here. So Judson is played, he'll lose that power, but Dawson can cover that location. He normally does get a +2 buff if Basil's in the realm with him, but his base strength on his own is only 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be covering Buckingham Palace anyway to cover that Fate action to see what Purple Potato responds with here.
Well, this is probably why Purple Potato pre-played a couple allies there to clear out Buckingham Palace, but it does mean he can't use Buckingham Palace this turn. We see another Gears, and that's a very quick turn from Radigan.
Yeah, and those Gears are really going to come in handy for when you do eventually play the Robot Queen. Each of those cards, you discard them to get a discount of 3 towards an item. 3 power towards an item, and the Robot Queen being so expensive, you'll be able to pay for it with Gears alone.
Yep. Oh, we see the Tweedles getting played. Now, I do know that Lulu hates the Tweedles and just discards them. I kind of like them, especially at the Tulgey Wood, where they can just keep that Vanquish action as spot clear with the top Fate. Discarding Fidget.
Like we are going to Buckingham discarding Fidget, playing out those tools. So now those 1-cost items are going to be free.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. We see a Dota thrown out.
Bring out.
Also, yeah, Tave, I did notice that it is updated, but it won't update for you until unless I stop the stream and restart it, which I'm not going to bother doing right now. So this isn't the tournament for those who are watching. This is the Wicked League, as it says on the screen.
Okay, so it looks like we're actually going back over to Tulgey Wood, discarding a Take a Shot. And Tulgey Wood, normally really good for Queen of Hearts to be more on the defense side of things, since there are no activate actions there, but you do get that Fate action there on top. Discarding the entire hand, it looks like, including a Makes You Smaller that could shrink heroes. But we're just going to get a Fate anyway. We do get Basil.
There's a Basil, probably getting rid of those tools.
But also there, with Purple Potato being able to just go ahead and get rid of Dawson when he could, so that way he did avoid the buff.
Yes.
The potential buff that Dawson could have gotten. And when Basil is played, he does discard 1 item from his location. So although he is played to the secret lair where he's not covering actions, he does get rid of those tools.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's another Gears. Oh, that is essentially 12 power towards the Robot Queen right there.
And of course, with those Gears as well, you can discard as many as you want to add them all up to play an item. So you can discard 4 of them. That's 12, and you'd only have to pay 3 for the Robot Queen. But looking like we're getting rid of Dodo here.
Yep, another off with your head. And, a very merry unbirthday for 2 allies there. Yeah, Queen of Hearts really does want to discard if she doesn't have her card guard, so she really wants to get to that win condition fast. Oh, we see a very early airship for Radigan. Dumping Felicia and an Extravagant.
Yeah, so Felicia can always come back with the bell. And here comes Alice, and she goes straight to the White Rabbit's house. You see, one of the biggest complaints about Tweedledee and Tweedledum is that you play them too early. Alice isn't going to go to their location.
Well, see, that's the thing, is now Alice isn't at Tulgey Wood, which means that Tulgey Wood is open.
Yeah, very true. So Tulgey Wood is still open to get that play card, the Fate, and the discard.
Mm-hmm.
Which
because
Red Apple is
honestly, Activate and Fate for the White Rabbit's house is the only thing there. It's not the worst. Whereas just Fate and just Discard and Vanquish is probably the worst possible combination. So I do like Tweedles at Tulgey Wood just as a preventative measure.
They can provide that defense for any hero that goes there, especially to get a couple spears on them, or maybe even something like the King there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Purple Potato headed back over to Flaversham, getting to that 3 power, playing Greatest One of Mine. It has 2 optional effects where you can either draw 2 cards into your hand or gain 2 power. And typically, you do see players wanting to draw those cards when they're at a spot with a discard action, so that way they can really get through a lot more of the deck more efficiently. So he draws those 2 cards, still has that 1 card play left. And of course, Greatest Criminal Line does cost 0. Playing a uniform onto Bartholomew to just go ahead and discard those Queen's cards.
Really wants to keep Buckingham Palace clear.
Pretty good awareness there from Purple. Typically people like to play Bartholomew out as, Felicia fodder. Because Felicia does discard an ally to have a discount to play her. But that uniform gave him that 2+ strength that he was able to just discard the Queen's cards dry.
Oh yes.
And now he gets that Fate back.
Well, not necessarily. Queen of Hearts is hopping in here. Well, there's the Mouse Queen. Probably going to squat in Buckingham Palace, where she belongs.
Back at her home at Buckingham Palace. And you see some very interesting play here from Red Apple. He hasn't been activating the card guards, but rather he's been activating that stopwatch to gain that 1 power from that 1 wicket, because the stopwatch does grant you a power for each wicket in your realm. Of course, Queen of Hearts has to activate 4 card guards and have them all at different locations, take a shot, win the game. We'll get more into that as that goes. This game's getting really quick. But we do see a clean big discard of a lot of gears.
Ooh.
And that's going to be 3 power towards the Queen. The airship is already there. The Queen is at Buckingham, but a win cannot happen here on this next turn because the Mouse Queen is on the board.
Mm-hmm. So I think Radigan right now really wants the bell just to grab Felicia back.
We did get an I'm late and a White Rabbit on the Fate end that brought Dodo back out to the courtyard to cover a discard spot. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That moving item or ally won't do much since Alice is on the board. It prevents the movement of allies or items when she's in the realm.
It is kind of the weakest spot to play a hero. But the Tweedles are threatening at Tulgey Wood, so.
Very true. So again, Purple Potato not anywhere near his win con yet. He's got to take care of that Mouse Queen first. Felicia's going to be a big spend. Felicia is in the discard pile also. So see how he navigates around this. But it looks like Red Apple's going to opt to go over to the Hedge Maze, see if he can get some card guards out on the board.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that card guard Spade. Cost that 2 power. But they are that 3 strength, and their strength is very key into how Queen of Hearts can navigate around winning the game. We'll talk a little bit more about that once we get a little bit closer to that win con, if we do. But activating that card guard, it does cost that 1 extra power. So now Queen of Hearts running low on power, but has those 2 activated card guards. Yep, as we are going back over to Buckingham Palace.
Okay. Well, double Mome Rats. You don't like to see that because you want to get off both Mome Rats.
Yeah, so both Mome Rats, but Mome Rats is good here. You're able to move an ally to any location in Queen of Hearts' realm. And the big thing with Alice, though, is that she does prevent the movement of allies or items in the realm. So once an ally is moved, it cannot be moved again until Alice is taken care of. But Queen of Hearts does have 8 card guards that she's able to
Now,
use.
this is interesting because one of those card guards is now moved into the Dodo's location, already a wicket. So it kind of makes the Dodo and just, you can ignore the Dodo.
Yeah.
So it almost helps Queen of Hearts here.
So it's a pretty interesting option there. It looks like he's vanquishing Dodo.
That makes sense because
with that card guard Spade.
That card guard was not going to do anything otherwise.
It looks like we don't have anything to play here, though. But we do get a Fate on the Rat. Both call for helps.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's going to take care of the airship.
No, you don't
100%.
want to
Or
move Basil in there,
yeah,
because then you'll have to move him back out again. That is not the best.
yeah, right. You are. So he does cover those actions at Big Ben. Not going to take anything, but we are playing and activating the bell. He had it in hand, so the bell is going to automatically let him get Felicia out of the discard pile. It does also let you find her out of the deck, which is very big for Radigan as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a fade action here, it makes you larger. It can make Alice really big, or you can play the Mad Hatter here.
You
Which I
see the
do
Mad
like,
Hatter again, not going to told you would because Tweedles are right there. Now, Radigan does need a bit more power before he can play Felicia. So, Good Hearts does have a little bit of time. Gonna murder, execute Mad Hatter immediately, but that does use up all the power. So,
The
we
key
are.
thing here as well is that the stopwatch might be able to activate. Yep, activate the
Mhm.
stopwatch, get 2 because you have 2 wickets. Doesn't look like we're searching through the Fate discard pile to see what's gone through, what's still to come. I don't believe we've seen the Cheshire Cat yet, who will be able to convert wickets back into card cards. But we are going to be spending 2 on makes you smaller. That's actually going to shrink a hero in the realm.
That does make the
Which,
White Rabbit's house a lot more usable. Radigan hopping
yeah,
over to Buckingham Palace.
it's getting 1, it looks like. Yep, discarding. I do believe we haven't seen the makeshift balloon as well from Radigan's Fate deck, and that balloon
That is correct. There's 5
can
cards
actually be
left.
attached to the Mouse Queen to give her some extra strength. We'll see if that does happen here. But
Well, there
there is the
is
Cheshire Cat, like I was
Cheshire.
just saying.
Oh, got some cards flying around. That does undo all of that. But
So it does.
by order of the Queen can just redo it.
Yeah, it does undo that progress of the wickets, but also Red Apple is on the brink of a reshuffle here as well. His Fate deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to see here. We'll respond here. Yep, gaining 2,
exactly
spending 2 by order of the Queen. We're going to activate, reactivate those wickets that we lost from the cat. This card here.
Oh.
You're discarding the King.
King would have been nicer earlier.
Yeah. Typically he does lower the cost of card cards by 1, so he's able to really help Queen of Hearts, maintain a lot of power. But later here in the game, it looks like he's not as useful as normal. Gaining 2, spending, playing the Ruffians and gaining 1.
Okay, this does mean Basil Radigan is at win condition.
Yeah, so purple is at check here. It's putting Red Apple in check here. So Red Apple does have to Fate here. He's going to be able to play Felicia from Big Ben, discard those Ruffians to be able to get the discount on her.
I think Red Apple wants to go to White Rabbit's house.
Yeah. The main question here is, did Red Apple realize that he did activate the bell to get Felicia? That is the key.
This is
also,
interesting.
Though, a big thing to remember here, folks, is that when Purple does eventually vanquish the Mouse Queen, he doesn't win here. He still has to wait for another turn cycle to be able to be able to win the game.
That
so
is
the Mouse
correct.
Queen goes away. We still do have to wait because we do have to start our turn. Our turn has already started.
So there's 5 cards left in Radigan's Fate deck. There is Toby, and there is the makeshift balloon. And I think you want the makeshift balloon.
So the makeshift balloon would be nice here, but I think anything that can move Basil here. But it looks like he's going to be popping off a late Fury here. A gentleman's agreement to get that Fury off anyway after the Vanquish. That does look like going over the White Rabbits. Yeah, we do need that activating the stopwatch to get 2.
Oh, do we have another by order of the Queen? No, just playing another card guard.
Looks like we're looking out for safety.
Oh,
Devious. That's a big play.
That won't do it. That is a win for Purple Potato as Radigan.
Yeah, so just real quick, that Devious card does come in clutch. That's one of Radigan's, I think his most important condition and arguably one of the most important cards of his deck, to be able to slow down fading by saying, hey, if you're going to fade me, you only get the top card as opposed to seeing the 2 cards. Toby and Makeshift Balloon at the bottom there.
Yeah,
pretty
that
rough
hurts.
go up there as well. He did have both copies of Devious as well, because there are 2 conditions for every villain, 2 of each condition.
Well played, both.
Yeah, so Purple Potato here taking game one. So for those of you folks that don't know about the format here for the Wicked League, I believe it did work the same as the 1-1 per villain tournament. If you guys tuned into that, or if you're returning, watching been tuning in for the Wicked League. Game one, we do blind picks on game one. That basically means you disclose your pick to a judge, and you both pick your character. There's no work around it. You don't see, oh, they picked this character, I'm going to pick this one. You disclose who you want to play to the judge, and you play that match out. Game two here is interesting. So Purple Potato did win game one. So Purple Potato is going to have to pick his character first. And here, Red Apple will get the option to counter pick based off of that villain pick. So we'll get an idea of what villain is going to come out of him and whether or not Red Apple wants to use it to his advantage. He very well can. And on top of that, with the dice roll, we do roll a die to decide who gets the option to go first or not in a game. Purple Potato did win that die roll in game one. So for game two, Red Apple will actually decide if he wants to go first or not in this game too, since we will not re-roll the die here. So not only does Red Apple get the counter pick, he will also get the decision of whether he wants to go first or not, which could both be very integral to how this game comes about. What do you think we're going to see here, Guerra?
Well, I don't know. Purple Potato does like Dr. Slay, but no, we are seeing a Jafar.
We have Jafar, the Royal Vizier of Agrippa, coming in here. I want to hear how Red Apple is going to respond. In my opinion, Jafar, being one of the most, in my opinion, the most balanced character in the game. TTS isn't loading cards.
We seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, TTS has been doing this weird thing where you draw up your hand and you only see the card backs. You only see the back of the cards, even if you flip them. So they're having this weird little glitch here so far. I know they ran like a little update. Nonetheless, let's see here back. Purple Potato can see his cards now. Hopefully. Oh, still nothing. Oh gosh.
Technical difficulties.
Oh. Oh, okay. So now it's working. Okay, so Potato can see his hand now. Good. TTS,
That's
everybody.
good. Glad to see that.
Yeah. So again, here now. Oh,
Ooh.
he has good knowledge here of knowing. Bringing on Maleficent here. So we do have the worst takes in all battle here. Maleficent and Jafar being featured in the first box, or the first iteration of Disney Villainous. So Red Apple here opting to go Maleficent, and Purple Potato going Jafar. Of course, Jafar is going to have to get that magic lamp over to Sultan's Palace and have control of the genie at the start of his turn to win the game. And Maleficent just needs to rule the realm, I guess you could say, with curses, with a curse at each location. So Red Apple, of course, has the option of whether he wants to go first or not. Looks like he wants to go first here. So Purple Potato does get the option to gain the power and mulligan his mini cards back into the deck, reshuffle, and then draw back up to 4. Looks like we're going to start up our game 2 here.
Yes, indeed. So, I'm not sure how I feel about the Maleficent here. Jafar is known for being able to fate a lot. But Maleficent does have a bit more control over how many items she has. She does have 2 items in her deck. She doesn't have to play both of them, but there are fate items that could wreck things for her. But I think maybe as long as she keeps her board clear of heroes, she should be fine.
We're going to kick off game 2 here of this first set. Maleficent heading straight over to the forest, playing at a Savage Goon right away. That prioritizes cards look like one to protect that move action in the game 2. Discarding an early Tyranny and Cackling Goon.
And Jafar immediately goes to the streets, dumps out a giant hourglass, discarding a lot of the rest of his hand, and first fate of this game, oop, there goes by an item, but we do see the guards.
The guards are pretty interesting, much like the Lost Boys, except they're 3 strength, but it does require 2 allies to be used to vanquish them. Although Maleficent does have other tools, like Dragon Form, that are going to allow her to vanquish a hero in her realm that with a strength of 3 or less. We'll see if that gets played here later.
Well, Maleficent's going to King Stephen's Castle, which is her top fate location and her vanquish location. Fading first.
Look at Raja here. Very nice. Raja, a pretty beefy hero, 4 strength.
Covering up the Oasis. Covering up the top activate.
Yeah. If we do see Jasmine come out at all while Raja is still on the board, you will be buffed up to 6.
Oh, but we are seeing a hypnotized tiger there. Giving the tiger a sword. Because that somehow makes sense. But we do see a Malice getting rid of those guards.
That big Malice play, with the worst takes it all, the conditions, the defeated hero conditions typically revolve around the 4 strength heroes. So that card, whenever a hero is defeated with a strength of 4 or more, or 4 or less, right? Is it 4 or less or 4?
4 or more, you can defeat a hero of 4 or less strength. And we see Maleficent's first curse, a Forest of Thorns at King Stephen's Castle. As we get, I'm assuming, no, we were putting it at the forest.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to take a 4 strength hero on Maleficent's end to get rid of that curse. Looks like we're going to be getting another fate though coming in.
This is not the best. Abu has to be played. But I think you want to play Abu over. Well, Abu can take the giant hourglass.
Yeah, Abu can't take the hourglass, and right now there's no way to get rid of Abu here. There's nothing you can do here. There's no way to get those top actions back this turn. It looks like Purple Potatoes is going to opt to gain some power by playing Necessary Sacrifice or the Scimitar. That allows you to discard an ally or item in your realm and gain 3 power. Discard a bunch of cards, including the Magic Lamp, it looks like.
Well, I don't think we've seen Gazim go by, so that card can come back.
Yeah.
Maleficent does know manipulation exists, so we'll probably limit the number of allies she plays. Speaking of Maleficent, she is going to maybe the forest. We are hovering. Yes, we are going to the forest. 3 power. Potentially play up to 2 cards.
A big thing there as well with Jafar is that he cannot play the Magic Lamp before he plays a card called the Scarab Pendant, which actually unlocks the Cave of Wonders. So when the Magic Lamp is played, it has to be played in the Cave of Wonders. So there's no such thing as playing it before.
So Maleficent here is discarding a green fire, which can be more trouble than it's worth. But we're also seeing what... there's the Scarab Pendant. So many things quickly. I do want to comment on the fact that a lot of Maleficent players now are stacking their curses to protect them. So here, the Forest of Thorns is protecting the Dreamless Sleep from Fauna.
Yeah, so, and actually there, Purple Potato, going through his turn a little bit quick there, he did forget to get a Fate action on Jafar from the Sultan's Palace. So... wondering here what Red Apple can do here since the Fate action
just vanish right there.
There's a big one.
Yeah, we don't want both of the Steelers out. So just gonna throw a Sultan into the Oasis.
Yeah. Although right now, just like you said, where the goal here is Gazim. You want to get Gazim. You need Gazim. The lamp is in the discard. You need Gazim. And
was scrying for an ally, got Razul, who's not who you really want.
That scrying card, it is good for getting through your deck, but you do have to declare whether you want an item or an ally. You reveal cards on the top of your deck until you get that chosen type of card, and you put that card in your hand when you get one. So going for an ally, you get an ally off the rip, goes straight into your hand. But the Scarab Pendant going to be a little bit key here. Is going to be drawing 5 cards, or up to 5 cards every turn. So
yes.
We did get a Vanish play from Red Apple there on his last turn. So it looks like he's going to be making use of that by fading again. Narrow Escape can actually bring back a hero from the discard pile.
Yeah.
Crushing Blow cannot be played here, unfortunately, because it has to be a hero with a strength of 4 or less. So it looks
Throwing
like the
out the
Sultan's going to
Sultan.
be coming back.
Oh, that hurts. So
Yeah,
that
that is a really
means
good call here.
Jafar can't really play anything next turn because he has no power.
He
And
can't
unless
he
he
can't gain
wants
power
to
here.
necessary
Sacrifice the Scarab.
sacrifice the Scarab Pendant or a Raja.
Yeah, which he could very well do. Um, I mean,
The
it does look
Purple
like
Potato
purple is going to
acknowledging he
be.
forgot to fate. Oh, we do see
Yeah,
a 0-cost sword for the tiger.
not the Scarab. Yeah, and discarding some other stuff, looking like we're still just trying to get to that Gazine card that we're looking for to get the lamp into our hands.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, no Vanish play, so he has to move here. Red Apple does.
Okay.
Going over to the forest.
Taking a breather from fading. Do we see any curses? Currently just discarding some goons. Want to avoid that manipulation, most likely.
Has a pretty good abundance of power as well here. And like you were saying, where earlier before the set started, no items in the realm yet. So, yeah,
So this is
big
interesting.
thing here.
So rather than protecting that second Drainless Sleeps, putting it out in the open, like I dare you, bring out Fauna. We do see a scrying for Iago, which is nice.
So that's scrying again. He's still looking for an ally, but he gets Iago instead. There's another card play. Won't be able to activate anything, though. But he's going to be playing a Palace Guard at the streets. Drawing another card. So Red Apple here, I'm sorry, I call him Mr. Princess based off of his TTS name. Red Apple here, he is in a situation where he could get to WinCon if he has another curse, but it looks like he's not going to be going for that yet. Unless he doesn't have a curse, of course. Oh, maybe he does. He's going to be able to move a curse, it looks like.
Nope.
It looks like we're moving.
Realizing he wants to keep those two Dreamless Sleeps protected. Dropping down the staff at the forest.
So, very interesting there from Red Apple, protecting two Dreamless Sleeps. Here comes the Genie and Jasmine. The Genie could actually be massive, in that the lamp isn't on the board yet, but Jasmine looks like he's going to be protecting somewhere. The Sultan's Palace, it looks like. And now Jafar, he can only draw one less card into his hand. So since the Scarab is on the board, he can only draw back up to 4 cards now. But it does look like he just wanted to vanquish Abu with the Palace card.
That does mean Abu can come back. Okay, King Stefan can kill that Forest of Thorns there.
But the most interesting scenario I've ever seen, King Stefan can be vanquished for free here.
You're right.
So
that's nuts.
That is potentially something crazy that can happen, but it looks like we're just going straight to... Oh, but he can be vanquished with dragon form as well.
And that does offer a disincentive to fate because, hey, you're going to give me money if you do that.
Discarding a spinning wheel, looks like. Do we have another card
to play?
Yes,
because the spinning wheel would bring it up to 2 items. We don't want to trigger deception.
So we're playing another ally out. Discarding a Savage Goon. So a very interesting play here on this end. So now if Purple Fates here is going to gain some power, there's Aurora. So Aurora can reveal the top card of the Fate deck. If it's a hero, it gets played. If not, it goes back. That's Once Upon a Dream. Some very good info there for Red Apple, knowing that Once Upon a Dream could be coming.
Yeah, definitely don't want any curses under any heroes.
Yep. Playing Iago, discarding the second manipulation. We are digging for Gazim here, folks. Only 2 cards left in the villain deck. It looks like we had some bad luck with the bottom deck Gazim. So we're still searching for the magic lamp. And the key here as well is that we need to get Gazim out and discarded before the villain deck reshuffles. Because if that doesn't happen, the Gazim doesn't work because he's only able to take an item out of the discard pile. It looks like Red Apple did play a Forest of Thorns to the forest. How apropos. It does look like we'll be getting a spend one on a scry.
Gazim is the literal last card in the deck.
Okay. This
Oh, that hurts so much.
The good news, though. Oh,
Yeah, because now the magic lamp has been
oh,
reshuffled back
yep,
into the deck.
yeah. The magic lamp's very reshuffled, so Gazim is useless here, unfortunately.
Wow.
Or his ability is at least. He still is a 2 strength hero or ally,
Oof.
but his ability seems pretty useless to get that lamp back from the discard pile and purple discarded it earlier. Let's see what Mr. Princess or Red Apple does. Vanquishing Aurora, so pretty aggressive here, trying to make sure that swords don't happen here. Narrow Escape can bring back a hero. And I think
It can.
play the genie. I think this is when you play the genie.
Yeah, Narrow Escape does not have a power restriction.
Yep, and here comes the genie straight to the streets of Agrabah because now Purple Potato has to get the lamp back. There is no way to move the genie here. Sorcerer's Power can't be played here. He can't be vanquished by Gazim. And as Red Apple, looking to be playing a green fire, it looks like.
Just stacking them all in one location.
Goodness. They're stacking a lot. Okay, so looks like we've been playing up the Brivers' Cottage.
Yeah, you need to start spreading out the curses now. You got 4 on the table.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sure Not My Dance, if you're watching, you are just crying inside at how look how they massacred my boy. Poor Jafar. I never thought I'd see this day when I would say poor Jafar.
Yeah, so, and again, the key thing here as well is that Purple Potato trying to make the most out of that discard to just get to the lamp as soon as possible. Jasmine being on the board still is huge because he is drawing 1 less card still. Even if it is the normal 4, he's drawing 1 less card. And both discard actions are covered still. There's our boy, the Raven. I think this is what Red Apple is wanting. And spending 2 more, or spending 1 rather, because of the staff on a Forest of Thorns at Brivers' Cottage. Looking like he's going to try to make some maneuvering here happen with the Raven, being able to perform an action.
Oh, yes.
Being able to perform 1 action at a new location before Maleficent moves on the next turn. Here we go. We're scrying. Yep, for an item, we get that scimitar. We are on the mad dash for the magic lamp. There's the giant hourglass. Yep. Activate the hourglass for the memes.
Oh my god.
And it looks like here.
Yeah, I think Maleficent, you just got to go for the win. You move the Raven to move the green fire, and then you go to Briar's Cottage and move over one of those Dreamless Sleeps.
You do by all means, but by no means is this game in the bag. Purple Potato is going to be able to fate here. I think Fauna is still a possibility. Although, there has been a bunch of action in Maleficent's Fate deck. So...
Yeah, you move over the green fire, you protect the Raven.
Getting that green fire over. We're at WinCon here.
And vanishing. That protects
like
the
that
move
play.
action.
Oh, it's the carpet.
This is just... this is just... this is just garnish. This... gotta kill
Vanquishing the rug with the tiger.
Oh, this hurts. And that's game.
That is game. and of course, the key thing there, Wero, as well, Aurora revealed that top dream was sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Way back when. Turns ago. Aurora revealed that once upon a dream. Oh, not dream of sleep. She revealed that once upon a dream. So Red Apple knew that was coming. So a very good idea there. Be able to vanquish Aurora, say, hey, once upon a dream is not going to pop. This next card has to be something. A 4 strength or Fauna. And that was neither. And the big unfortunate thing there for Purple is that he was rolling there, but Gazim being at the very bottom was extremely unfortunate that he wasn't able to pull off his ability. And also, Red Apple doing a great job of dodging that manipulation card as well.
Oh, yes.
Not allowing Purple Potato to use that card to get the magic lamp out of the discard pile, because manipulation does allow you to take any card out of the discard pile.
Yeah, that was some just stellar counter Jafar play. But I
Yeah,
would like to make a quick announcement here. It looks like the 2 new players who were going to play on stream have rescheduled their match. So anybody watching, it doesn't have to be a league game. If you just want to come on stream and have a for fun game, either say something in chat or let me know on Discord, so we can have another game to play after this one.
Yeah, or if anyone's in the chat, like Zach or Tave or not my dance, if you guys want to post in the server and just see if anybody wants to play a match, wants to play their match, or wants to play gets the match in right now, and we can get it on stream, that would be great if anyone's available.
All right, so we have Matromic has chatted that he's up for a fun game. Fun games are fun. So if anyone wants to face off against Matromic in a fun game, let us know. Or, yeah, just let someone know.
Yeah, but, as you move on to game 3 here, folks, the counterpicking option is still in play here. So Purple does get the option to counterpick Red Apple's villain because Purple Potato did win the blind pick game 1. So Purple Potato does tend to get this advantage of being able to work around this Ursula pick here for game 3 from Red Apple. And also with the die roll, the dice is going to be re-rolled to decide who gets the option to go first or not.
So Red Apple brought out Ursula earlier today, if I'm remembering correctly. Quick update, looks like if Matromic is up for it, we'll have Matromic and Zachary next up for just a fun game. So Zachary, take it a little easier on the fates, perhaps, for fun.
No wagering. We're not out for blood. We're not.
Just for fun. It's for fun. How will Red Apple counter Ursula? So I'm hovering over Pete there.
Purple Potato, rather. How will he counter Ursula here? So it looks like he's looking over his options.
Yeah, so I think he's going to comfort zone.
Yeah, so it does look like he's going more for a comfort pick here in Dr. Facilier.
Yeah, I do know from personal experience, my Ursula against Purple Potato's Dr. Facilier did not work the way it worked against Chocolate Rain's Dr. Facilier. Purple Potato really likes illusion powder, makes great use of it, keeps his fortune pile clear.
And that's one of, I think, the funnest things about the Doctor in this game and in this current meta is that the guys that really thrive with him, they all play him almost completely different from each other.
Oh, yes.
You're gonna get Doctor, but you're gonna get a completely different style normally. So you're gonna have to be able to work around that and see how that goes. But it did look like that Red Apple did win the dice roll, so he's gonna be going first here as Purple Potato does mulligan 3 cards into his deck, reshuffles, and draws back up to 4 and gets the 1 power. As we start game 3 of set 1. Want to see some hype in the chat, you guys. Our first Wicked League stream of the season, actually. Big shout out to Wero.
Thank you.
Big shout out to you, Wero, for having our first Wicked League stream.
I appreciate being shouted at. We also have our first spam of the evening in Twitch chat there. Want to become famous, apparently. I am already villainous famous, so I think I'm good. Well, yeah, Zachary, I am mainly ribbing you. Fate as much as you need to. Just remember that this is going to be a fun match. Ursula, not for fun, immediately going to Eric's ship, dumping a considerable chunk of her hand. There's nothing in the fortune pile yet for desperation to pick out, so we don't care. What are we going to throw?
2 Talisman Stealers right off the bat. We got Eudora and Charlotte. I do think that the better one to play here, though, is Charlotte, because you are going to get advantage of her ability right away. Whereas Eudora can just be left on the board, and you don't have to worry about her passive ability, where if she's vanquished, you play the top card of the fake deck. But it does look like we only get to put 1 card into the fortune pile, and a card does go back on top. So for those of you that don't know, cards that can't go in the fortune pile, cards will tell, Rule New Orleans, Talisman, those cannot be put into the fortune pile. So if you get those from, almost there, Charlotte, I have to go back on top.
This is Dr. Facilier's win condition, Rule New Orleans. He needs to pull it out with the cards will tell when he has the Talisman. Ursula, so I saw this earlier today. Red Apple likes opening up the palace which does incur a lot of fate spam.
Yeah. Oh, you get Ray, and you get the. Of course, Ray's ability. He's only able to play both cards that get revealed, but the Evening Star is not going to be able to be popped here because there are no allies in the realm. But Ray does have to be played here.
And for those of you
Three
confused,
Talisman
thinking
Stealers are
the shore doesn't have a fate action. That's due to Grow Giant here, which is the only card that plays extra actions that can play fate actions.
It does look like we're getting rid of the bug with Lauren.
Whiff of a fate on Ursula. Yes. Return to form is no heroes to pick out, and there are no heroes to throw Snarfblat onto. Ursula goes right back over to Eric's ship to throw down Jetsam, discarding the Palace contract.
That is Flotsam, but they are both just the same thing.
Is it? Okay, then I'm just staring at it because I have to have it zoomed out so that everyone can see everything.
We've seen 4 of the Talisman Stealers already on the board.
I mean, you don't want Mama Oda to steal the talisman because if she steals the talisman, her ability doesn't matter.
Yeah, very true. So Mama Odie's passive ability is actually very good for when she doesn't have the talisman. So
Voodoo Dolls are moving over Charlotte to clear out Tiana's place. Very nice. Discarding a sleight of hand, and cards will tell.
There are 3 copies of that cards will tell card. So, and you can also get it back very easily with Terror if Red Apple gains 3, and of course if Purple Potato does have the card. But Red Apple here early, the good idea of changing form and getting your fate action easily accessible and available for when, Purple Potato has already pretty much said like he's halfway to his win condition by putting Will New Orleans into the fortune pile. Oh, here comes.
All right, sometimes I read the chat. I need to pay attention to the game too. I did notice I didn't update the players' character portraits. I am just a mess like I always am.
Okay, but here is Big Daddy LaBeouf. Although he's not going to be taking the talisman, he's going to take Rule New Orleans out of the fortune pile, which is one of his sole purposes. But yeah, I think that's all the Talisman Stealers gone. Except for Juju. There's one left. It's Juju. 5 of the 6 Talisman Stealers have been played.
Yeah. Purple has been reminded about friends on the other side.
Okay, yeah. Just a little gentleman's call out. But yeah, so Big Daddy LaBeouf, his big ability is that he's able to take a card from the fortune pile and put it on top of the villain deck. So he's able to get Rule New Orleans out of the fortune pile, back on top of the villain deck, and now Purple Potato's got to get it back and play it again.
Ooh, we do see the Cane there, getting back the 3 power spent to play it. Oh, you absolutely play Grimsby. Like, double fading, no thank you. No thank you. Yeah. Stop that.
I mean, it was forced Grimsby, so you do have to play him, but his special ability is that he's able to move the lock token. So now the Palace is back and locked.
Ooh, Terror pulling out.
Now we get the Terror.
Laurence. Change was like, nope, I like the Palace unlocked. Thank you. Yeah. We're playing a Divination, which I personally like. I didn't do much.
Yes, so of course, Divination, pretty much kind of like a scry for Jafar, except it's for the binding contract, which Ursula typically uses to attach to heroes and then move them to a specified location on that contract, and that would therefore defeat them. But the Divination, you play it, you reveal cards on the top of your deck until you get a binding contract. So, and by the sound of it, you got a binding contract immediately. But nonetheless, looks like we're moving the Voodoo Dolls to move Charlotte over to the Voodoo Emporium, play Rule New Orleans, and discarding an Illusion Powder, it looks like, on Purple Potato's end. Looking like he wants to get to that talisman as soon as possible.
Doctor still has not found the talisman. He's on the hunt.
So it looks like we're discarding Arrogance, Poor Unfortunate Souls, Ursula's Lair Contract, Fading. Here's Juju. He can take the Cane away.
And I've also noticed that Red Apple doesn't like the Ursula's Lair contract. I like it quite a bit when I play as Ursula because I like to use that on Triton, so I don't need to move the Trident around. But Red Apple doesn't seem to care.
And now it does look like, Juju gets put the cane away, but all 6 Talisman Stealers have been played. Or not played, but 4 of them have been played. 2 of them are in the discard. So it looks like we're going to vie for almost there instead. That's going to allow us to draw 3 cards on the top of Dr. Facilier's deck and put any of the cards into the Fortune pile.
Okay.
Unless they can't go in, of course.
Fortune pile's getting thick. We haven't seen Illusion Powder yet.
Illusion Powder is in the discard pile.
Is it? Oh.
I do believe. Yeah.
Interesting.
It looks like we're getting a turn with using the cane that's going to allow us to take an action from an adjacent location, getting that 3 power from the Bayou, playing Lawrence out to the parade, discarding 2
Yeah, you don't want Ariel out yet. So just put a Dingle Hopper on Grimsby.
Yeah, that Dingle's going to make Red Apple lose a power if he keeps going to his location. See if that goes into a fruition here. So we're playing the other eel. There's Jetsam.
Oh, yeah, but Zach, eventually you are going to have to re-unlock the layer. And if Ariel is out, Opportunist is just picking that back up anyway. Sort of like where if you know you can pick it up later with Kazim or Manipulation, you can discard the Magic Lamp as Jafar. Just getting out of the way so you can actually get to the stuff you want.
Looks like here we're playing the Shadow Spirits to Tiana's place. No, we're actually playing them to Odie's location, doing a Vanquish action by moving the cane over from Tiana's place, taking the Vanquish action at the Voodoo Emporium, vanquishing Mama Odie so that way we still only reveal 3 cards when Cards Will Tell is played and not 2, like Mama Odie's effect does. Looks like Red Apple only got a few options here. The Fade action going to bring up Naveen, going to be able to move a hero to an adjacent location. Looks like.
But do you even want to do that? Seems
like we're moving Charlotte over to the parade. So now Big Daddy LaBeouf can be vanquished here. If Perpetrator chooses to do so. But he's spending 3 on the Shadow Man, which is going to go to Naveen's location. Gaining 3 again, dodging that trickery from Ursula. So no trickery here. Moving the Voodoo Dolls with that move action.
Yet. Where could it possibly be?
I believe the answer is still in the deck. But
we see a Froggy form on Charlotte, who can be vanquished for free.
Yeah, because that frog form, when you attach it to a hero, that hero loses 2 strength for good. It's not a on this turn effect. It is a for good item. And Charlotte is only 2 strength.
I mean, technically, Juju can put it into the Fortune pile.
Very true. If he so does choose to do so. But it looks like Purple Potato, if he does have the Talisman, it looks like he's trying to play around it maybe. Because Juju is...
He has been moving around the cane, but there's now... The parade is pretty stacked, so he's not going to be able to use that play a card action there.
Yeah, so the parade is pretty stacked, and Tiana does come out. She is a 4-strength hero, a buff hero for Doctor. But Lawrence does get moved over there because he's able to.
And Tiana means you do have to spend 3 on the Shadow Spirits, but she is now just gone.
Yeah. Now you get a Fate in, Dinglehopper, and
Flounder hurts. I have no idea if Red Apple has drawn the 2 items he needs, but that hurts a lot.
Yeah, that too. I don't think any of the items were in the discard pile. So we could have both of them, but if that wasn't the case, that does hurt a lot because Flounder is able to shuffle the discard pile back into the deck. Looks like we're going to be playing a roll pool. It's just going to tap Flounder at the ship. Here comes the Trident. So now when the Trident is played, King Triton is summoned from the Fate deck onto the location with the Trident, and he's holding. So now Ursula's got to play a binding contract to King Triton, move into that location, and start
we are seeing the Talisman
to Ursula's. So there is the Talisman. We do have 6 cards in the Fate deck, though.
We do, but this is a possible win for Dr. Facilier. is he going to gain 3 power? Yes, he is. Yeah, this is a possible win for Dr. Facilier.
I think right now, if he has an ally, he should move the ally over 100%. Or try and play an ally over there. Yeah, move the Shadow Man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Naveen's not hurting anyone. Putting out another Voodoo Dolls.
Depending on what the reshuffle is here, I haven't been counting cards. I don't know what that last card is here. But depending on where all this goes, what card that is, I think that might be Evening Star.
It's Lewis.
It's and almost there.
Ooh. I think you put Lewis at the Voodoo Emporium, honestly.
You could put him at the Emporium, but there are... I know that there are 2 Mass Spirits in the discard pile. Ability, he is able to take a card, or Dr. Facilier would have to reveal his hand when he goes to that location, and then the player would be able to pick a card to put into the Fortune pile. The opposite player, that is. It looks like we're already doing almost there anyway to try to see if we can put some other stuff into that Fortune pile.
There's a Mass Spirits, and a Terror, and Lawrence.
So this looked like a 9-card shot here. Will have to be it. We don't have a way to get 2 cards Will plays here. Because the Cane is squatting at the parade with heroes there. So here we go. Cards Will guys. What's going to happen here is we're going to put all the cards out nice and formal. Then Red Apple will pick 3 cards.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you wondering if you have to do it this way, the villain guide for Dr. Facilier says you do have to do it this way.
Plus, I will add that it is fun and it has a lot of drama to the game. Desperation, 1. Shadow Spirits, 2. Friends on the other side. So you break even there with the Shadow Spirits and the friends on the other side, so you gain no power. Technically.
Nope.
I mean, well...
That's why order matters, because you don't resolve them simultaneously.
Very true. Order doesn't matter. Yep, so that Mass Spirit is still sitting comfy in the Fortune pile. It wasn't revealed. If the Mass Spirit was revealed there, it would have been the only card to resolve, and then all the other cards would go back in. But it does look like we're going to vanquish Charlotte anyway.
It may as well.
Yep, getting her into that fresh discard pile that was made from the latest reshuffle.
Sebastian early Sebastian. Ooh.
But we are going to be moving Trident all the way to the palace using Eric's ability.
Which means can't change form quite yet.
Yeah, I would say you can't change form quite yet.
Oof.
There's a discard 2 Desperation that's going to take the Mass Spirits out. So that Desperation card, when your opponent discards 2 or more cards, you play Desperation, you take a card from the Fortune pile, put it into your hand.
Oh, but there's Juju. There
Juju
is Juju.
Yeah. Juju will get rid of the Cane and take the Talisman back, but he's going to be in that line of fire to those Voodoo Dolls.
However, there is still one more turn before Dr. Facilier can vanquish. Yeah. So it is possible to pull out an Evening Star.
He is going to need to have a Grow Giant here, though, to be able to feed again.
And that is why Purple Potato is doubling up here. No, actually, no. Oh, you are correct. Because there are 2 heroes at the palace right now.
Yep.
We are seeing a sleight of hand.
Yep. Basically kind of like a mini Magic Tomes. Top 3 cards of your deck, you look at them. You put 1 into your hand, discard the rest. Yeah, but that illusion power coming back out is very big as well. So Red Apple here, does he have a Grow Giant? Game 3 Terror.
Discarding those change forms, that hurts. No Grow Giants.
No Grow Giant.
I think if you didn't have the Grow Giant, you may as well have just gone over to the palace and start moving things over.
Yeah. Once you really wanted to discard, but there goes Juju.
I think this is getting here, because we're going to throw out 2 cards, and there's only 4 in there.
Yeah, there's only 4 in there. A Mask is gone. Very key as well. So now the Fortune pile's at 4. Big chance the Rule New Orleans gets picked here. We reveal 3. Here we go.
There's no more Masked Spirits. Red apple drawing on the board. Not happy about this.
Friends on the side.
Terror.
Terror.
It's a half chance. Oof.
He dodges it.
Wow. Wow.
So Red Apple lives for another day. But Purple Potato is going to be able to have a fate option here.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Max. That's pretty big. Can't fate this turn. He can't fate the turn after, though. But Max, you're going to be able to move over so that way a fate doesn't happen here. But it will happen. It will be more than likely guaranteed to happen. Not this turn, but the next one for Red Apple.
Aye.
They have a Big Daddy just squatting on the board as well, so there's no way to get Rule Normans out.
There's a Girl
Giant to fate. Here we go.
Eudora.
Yeah, there. Eudora and
Beautiful.
Ray. That's the. Yeah.
I think you just throw them both in the Voodoo Emporium.
Yeah.
No, you put Ray in the Bayou. That's right. So that Voodoo Dolls can't get moved.
Yeah. Really big there. Really big play there. But it looks like he might be just moving over the Illusion Powder, it looks like. Or the Voodoo Dolls, rather. Moving over Big Daddy LaBeouf, because when you move the Voodoo Dolls, you can move a hero to the same distance and direction. Discarding Mass Spirits and Frenzy on the side. Looks like we're going to get another fate action here. Yes, like, what do you want to see?
Nelly.
What do you want to see here if you're Red Apple?
Oh my god.
If you get the 3 strength or 2 early. Almost there. Okay. Unfortunately, you can't double them up and draw 6 cards, but that would be weird. Lauren's back in the fourth pile as well. And of course, whenever Eudora gets vanquished, the top card of the Fate deck gets played. So that's going to be big for Red Apple here. Looks like we're going for it. Taking care of Eudora. Top Fate card.
It's an Evening Star. Oh, yeah, you throw in those Voodoo Dolls. You don't want Shadow Man coming back out.
Yeah. For free, especially. All right, here we go. Another attempt. 5 cards.
God.
Bet game. Real Normans.
Well,
Purple Potato wins with Doctor.
Yeah, I do think that Ursula, rather than going to the shore and discarding, should have gone to the palace and moved over King Triton.
Yeah, try and get him out of harm's way.
Oh God, where was the crown? Where was the crown? Oh no.
Oh man, so it looks like the crown did get shuffled back in with Flounder. So that Flounder play was extremely big. Also, one thing I want to point out as well is it did seem like Purple Potato did get a lot of conversions off of Terror. In particular, I think he popped them both, like twice. Like he got 2 terrors like during the game. I think both of them were for Cards Will Tell. So he pretty much ensured that he was going to get a Cards Will Tell off by getting that terror because of the game 3. Yeah, so Purple Potato taking that set 2-1. So Purple Potato will be granted 5 wicked points. Red Apple will be granted 3. I believe that was Purple Potato's first set of the week. So he will have 5 wicked points. And Red Apple, I think that was his last set of the week. So he will end the week with 11 wicked points.
Okay.
8. Yeah, guys, that was a great set there by both of our players, Purple Potato and Red Apple. Big shout out to Matromic for judging for us this evening.
Yes.
Big shout out to our judges. And make sure to thank your judges.
Yes, very much. Thank you, judges. All right, we are going to take a quick break, and then we are going to come back with a just for fun match that has nothing to do with the league. It is a just for fun. We are going to be seeing Matromic versus Zachary, who is one of our newer players. And I'll be having Disney Dixie come in to commentate with me. Thank you very much, Brian Drums, for coming in for this match. Always a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah, dude, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
All right. Awesome. Take a quick little 5 or so minute break, visit the restroom, pick up a snack, and we'll be back in a little bit as we grow this crown to enormous size.
All right.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back for our second set. We are not doing another league set. We are doing a just for fun set. With me here is Disney Dixie. Hello, Disney Dixie. How are you doing?
Good, how are you, Wero?
I'm not too bad. My hoodie is rather askew, but whatever. There's a pandemic. We're all at home. Nothing
Oh.
matters anyway.
No, it's fine because if I had a webcam, you'd all see how crappy I look. I work from home, so it's just I sit at home, I do nothing, I sit in sweatpants pretty much all day long.
There's
So
nothing wrong with that at all. We're having a just for fun game between Matromic and Zachary. They were both in our 1 win per villain tournament we had a little while ago. Just for fun, no high stakes or anything. What do you think we'll see?
Zach's probably gonna pull out his Corella because
He does like his
known for his
Corella.
Corella.
But he has been
And-
labbing Yzma a lot.
Yeah. I've never seen his Yzma play. I know that whenever I play him, he is definitely a Cruella player. Whether he's going to do that now to show off all his skills for a just for fun game.
All right. What about for Matromic?
Matromic did, when I judged his match earlier, he did pull out an Evil Queen and win pretty decently with that, but I don't know, he kind of jumps all over the place. He doesn't really have a set in stone character.
All right. Well, let's move on. And there. We do see the Yzma. And the I have put the turn timer in the puppies. Let's just get rid of that.
It looks like they switch roles here.
Okay. I am going to fire off the cannon for them. And then we are going to that. Looks good. I'm going to change up some stuff. You are not Brian Drums. You are Disney Dixie. And Matromic is taking Corella, which is interesting.
He did take a win with Corella earlier.
Really? Very nice.
Everyone can see their hands, Wero.
Oh, I need to stop being the... I apologize for all of this running around. Okay. Yzma is thinking about where to go.
And discarding. Definitely going for that fate. He does know his Cruella, so we will see.
Yes. So playing as someone a lot does mean you get to learn how to play against them, and that is a whiff of a fate.
Yeah, no puppies on the board, no heroes in the discard, so there's nothing happening over on Cruella's side. Does Matromic go and probably cover up that top fake action? Nope, he's gonna go get 3.
Getting 3.
Spending 1, he's gonna pull out some puppies. Purple Potato has arrived. Welcome, Purple.
Just trying to get optimal.
Spending 1, and we're gonna Spotted.
Okay.
Now, personally, I would have played Spotted and then done the other one, but hopefully for that 22 for sure.
Yes, definitely want that. And we have an early Kronk. Given an early dagger. And discarding a pointless right-hand man. Wow.
It's a good hand over there for Yzma.
Well, Corella is hopping on over to Radcliffe House.
Be a flashlight. No, we're gonna go ahead and pull out an idiot. Which one?
Is that one, Horace?
Now, I've noticed that if you call them idiots to their faces, they are on the top of your deck, so you didn't have to pay the cost for that card.
Yeah. Sometimes that'd be how it do. Which one? Which one? As Yzma would say.
There is no superiority, so he gets to look at any of the decks.
It's like Matromic is going for the palace. Oh, and we see a Tipo over there.
Now, Yzma doesn't do a lot of moving of allies. Not a lot of it, so playing cruel on...
Well, she tries not to. She avoids it when she can. All right, that is a Pongtacular. Pongo.
Covering the discard. Which actually is very hurtful because Corella likes to go and discard and fade at the same time, trying to make some
Corella
progress
was
in her deck.
always going to head over here to Hell Hall, get out Horus, and grab some more puppies. Ooh, it's a 22 for
Hell Hall.
Hell Hall. Just drawing one.
Gaining 1. Spending 2. I'm going to go ahead and play those. And we're fading.
A pointless Perdita, but we do see Anita and Roger.
Now, Perdita can be pulled out with Twilight Bark if need be.
That is true. We are seeing a I live for furs. Very nice. Get the power. And you also get to fate. Which one? Which one? Ooh, and there's the other one.
There's the other kid.
Getting them out early.
And drawing our entire hand.
Oh, that is not supposed to be there. Corella needs to put back the rest of her deck. Pardon us as we have technical difficulties.
There is a card on the table here. One thing, if for those of you that are watching and never played as Yzma, even though they vanquish the child can't come out of the discard pile and be put back into one of or two of the decks.
All right, so just to, Yzma is trying to find Cusco to murder him. Corella's trying to capture puppies with tokens. Yzma is going to kill a child and get 2 power. And play a fake funeral to get 1 more power. And then move over Krunk, which does put a power on him. If Krunk gets 3 or more power on him, he becomes a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, looks like we have that devil woman.
Yep, moving the happy couple over.
Mm-hmm.
Getting some more puppies out there.
Ooh, that's for Hell Hall. First, there was Milk Farm, which would have just rebounded off of Anita and Roger. No, but we do get a superiority. And what do we get? A peasant. We will just put Tipo back into one of those piles. And putting him into the meat hut.
Now, if Corella knows where Cusco is, she can always put that kid where Cusco is in case of smash it with a hammer or after them.
Mm-hmm. Discarding to finish the job. Fating. Colonel! So yeah, Hell Hall's not the best place for Nita and Roger right now. So there's already 2 puppy tokens there. So yeah, moving Pongo over where you can protect those puppies. It's a smart idea. Okay. We go back over to Cruella. What shall one do? What can one do? No idea what's in her hand. Go into the countryside, racking up the power, can play 2 cards here. Spending 1 on the Roadster. Very nice. Moving those puppies out from under Pongo's paws.
Now, unlike any other item that or ally that can be only be moved adjacently, the Roadster allows you to move it to any location. Performing an activate to take those puppies.
Taking the 11 and not the 22. Interesting. All right, we go back over to Yzma. Oop. Playing some Imperial Guards there at the palace. Is going to beat up a child.
What are these children? Goodness gracious. I'm assuming he didn't take the 22 in hopes of being able to get rid of the Colonel and then activating Horus to pull it out again.
That is certainly possible. One on the telephone.
Now, if this is the case, if reckless driving comes out, would you discard the Roadster or would you discard the telephone?
Oh, the telephone, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Yes, I agree with that.
Getting another fate. Beware the groove. Getting back in Chaka. I think right now, Matronic is just trying to get those kids away from Kronk.
Using our fancy little deck splitter over there. Thank you, Lark, for pointing that out to us. Saves a lot of time, that is for sure. Are we going to discard any card?
Can't.
My eyesight is terrible, I swear.
Nita and Roger are in the way. Oh, we're seeing a path that rocks to get that power off of Kronk. Discarding Beauty Sleep. And feeding. Ooh.
Now, Twilight Bar can pull out Perdita and take back that Hell Hall token.
That is true. Or where Labradors can get rid of that 22. Certainly a decision to make.
Now, that was the last Twilight Bark because the first one came out in the first fate. So.
So it is your last chance to grab Perdita. Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Well, this does mean that Horus can't just clear out.
Right. And then activate and play him again for free.
Unless Cruella has another that devil woman.
Yep. You can do that. Move Perdita and then vanquish and activate the telephone.
No, there wouldn't be enough power to do that.
No, there wouldn't. He only has a power. You're right.
Well, instead, Cruella's going to the countryside.
Pull out an item or effect. Looks like, yep, they're pulling out that devil woman. They're just going to immediately play it. move Perdita.
Indeed.
And do you move the Roadster to possibly pick up that other puppy token at any point in time? Probably not. There we go.
Possibly. But looks like we are foregoing that. Getting rid of the peasant.
Smashing it with the hammer. Smashy, smashy.
Smashy, smashy, smashy.
Oh. So Cusco was smashed, so he has to reshuffle all of his decks.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be either harmful or useful in that case. Wrong lever was revealed, so he does lose 3 of that power.
So then those decks once more.
There it is. One of those decks is going to have 4 in it, and we're going to hope out of those 4 cards, Cusco's in one of them. Drawing up. We're spending 1 on a pointy stick.
Yeah. Beaten up Colonel, which does allow an activate to be taken and does allow a fate action to be taken.
Now, I have seen Matromic discard Jasper, activate the telephone to play Jasper for free.
Mm-hmm.
So it only costs him
for the
1
cost
power.
of 1 power, it's definitely cheaper than just hard playing him.
Opting
Rather
for
than
that
risking a milk farm token bounce off of Anita and Roger, grabbing that already spotted Hell Hall token.
Yes.
Oh, and we do see Tipo.
All these vanquishing of 3 strength heroes, I guess there's no devilish going on over there. Gaining 1. We're going to play after them. We're going to see.
We'll pan up to see what has been revealed.
Nope.
Just effects.
And we're fading. Reckless driving. And he is not getting rid of the telephone. And moving Horus. Now that does activate the Cruel over on Krillis as if she has it.
It does. I haven't seen either Cruel or Devilish yet.
Yeah. Probably holding on. A lot of people don't know that does trigger those effects. Drawing a card.
Yep. Same thing for Pete's Outrage by Horus Horsecollar or Pluto.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. We're going to gain 1. Discarding Jasper and the telephone.
Just really want to discard.
And
discarding the Devilish, even though Tipo is about to die.
That was interesting. And he's doing whatever it takes to play Jasper for free using that telephone ability.
Now, where do you put Jasper? Yeah, I think you put Jasper there.
I'm really shocked he discarded that Devilish because I'm pretty sure that Zach's going to go over and murder Tipo.
No, it looks like not.
Oh, maybe not. We're going to smash it with the hammer. Hoping to get rid of On the Run, possibly. There goes the squirrel.
Bye-bye, Bucky. Bye-bye, Pacha.
That squirrel's so cute. And we're fading.
Yep.
Gotta play the nanny at this point.
Yeah, that Flew the Coop ain't doing anything right now.
How do you counter that? How is he going to counter that?
Well, you can. Oh, apparently not deciding to counter that. Gaining 3, spending 1 on here puppies. That's the 22 at the countryside.
I'm going to spend one. Pointy stick. Pointy stick. Now, both Nanny and the captain? Yeah, captain are 3. Oh. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Jasper and Horace at the same spot.
That's interesting. Doing another after them.
Okay. Wrong lever. He does lose 2 power. Peasant. Oh, and the other child. Looks like Zach's having a hard time finding Cusco over there.
Yeah, Zach seems to be doing a decent enough job fading himself.
Yes. Both of them are very, very good at bouncing. Very good players. Very tough players, too.
Mm-hmm.
So. There's the other Flew the Coop. And a Twilight Bark.
Which will do nothing. That is a whiff of a fate.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need to move the screen up slightly so I can see their fate picks. And there we see the Devil Woman.
Now, if he kills the captain, Zach can pull Ferocity. Double Ferocity.
Both of them.
To get rid of the kids. Now, Matromic did see what was in that pile above Kronk, which is Beware the Grooves. So if he chooses to do that, he can pull one of those kids back out.
Indeed.
I think he's trying to decide what he wants to do here.
I think he may as well just activate Jasper.
Yes.
Oh. Superiority.
Okay.
That's Chicha.
It was not Cusco. Because if it was
Cusco has to be at the meat hut.
Yep, that's the only place it would be. But I think we're still looking at 2 Paths of Righteousness and 2 Beware the Grooves. And On the Run still in play as well. I don't think I saw that being discarded at any point. Getting 3. All right, that's it. All he's doing.
Yeah, you want to get a kid back in there. Ooh.
Yes.
Getting 2 power.
Both superiorities have been played, so I think at this point you would put that kid in where Cusco is. So even if after them is played,
no, what are you doing?
What are you?
Oh, he's shuffling them together, so you don't know exactly where Cusco is.
Gotta shuffle. Yes, they get played in the exact same spots. Now, Zach can go over, play after them, and if Cusco is above Kronk, this is game.
Well, we'll see. Cruel Irony playing after them. There's On the Run. There's a kid and a Path of Righteousness.
He's right back over where he started. He's just gonna kill the kid.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly.
You're there. You're there. You might as well do it. All right, going back. He's gonna fade. I think at this point you play the Path of Righteousness to put some power on him. On the Run.
No, I think you want to wait until Cusco's out to do Path of Righteousness. Well, on the run here means that now Cusco is anywhere.
Yep, 4 separate piles.
This is interesting. This is, I think, the longest Yzma game, and Cusco has. Okay, Cusco was smashed once. He has not been played.
Yes. He hasn't been played with after them. He hasn't been played with fading at any point in time.
And just activating to get out Horace, who is pulling out a Radcliffe House 11.
Interesting.
Okay, Yzma going over to the meat hut.
Playing one of the repair guards. We're fading. I would definitely get rid of, the 2 countryside.
Bye-bye.
All right, so let's see what's going to go.
Well,
And 1.
interesting. Going to go over to Hell Hall, discarding Devilish.
No, I probably would not have discarded that because I think that Zach's preparing to get rid of the mom over there. Very interesting. Mm-hmm. Discarding Cruel and
Both
Cruel.
Cruels.
And he does not have enough power to play the other card he had in his hand.
Yeah, which was bought and paid for, which would have captured a puppy at his location.
Yes. He's getting 3. We're going to spend 1 to smash it with a hammer. I think at that point, smashing it with the hammer is a little risky with how small those decks are, but logically it makes sense. You're trying to get Cusco closer to Kronk, if at all possible.
Yeah.
Spend. And we're getting rid of that peasant.
Mm.
And there is a reshuffle. Now, I do tell you that when Matromic played his game earlier, he was playing Corella against Yzma, and it took a whole 35 minutes to play. They played as hard as they could.
I think the last time I was playing Corella versus Yzma, I was Corella, and it went almost an hour. It was a long game.
They're very long games. They both require a lot of strategic thought and thought ahead of what you were going to do. I play a lot of solo games as Corella to try and remember her fate deck as closely as possible, like what could possibly come out if I did this. Corella hurts my brain. I'm just going to say that.
Just takes practice.
We're gaining 2 from I Live from Furs, and we're playing Spotted. All right.
Yes. Going over, murdering Chicha with those Imperial guards. Kronk is all alone and all by himself. There are no heroes. I
Spending
think
2 to eavesdrop.
Gotta find Kuziko. Well, there are 2 cards at the jungle, so. Yeesh.
It's a race to the finish, I believe, at this point.
Oh, yes.
If Atronic fates enough, he can reset Yzma's fate decks.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yes, that was the one I was referring to. We ate.
Oop.
It took a whole 39 minutes for them to play.
On the games. Well, if this game goes on any longer, I think this will be the only game we do from this set.
Yes.
Because I think I will be tired. I think the rest of you will be tired.
I have another match to judge at 11 o'clock.
Damn.
And then I have to move furniture around, so it's gonna be a long day for me.
This is a very long day. Why do you schedule so many things for your day?
Because I like to stay as busy as I can.
I mean,
Right.
fair. Cruella is looking to possibly play something. Yeah, looks like we're
gonna
a
capture
button
that
paid
22.
for. Cruella's now at 55, which is the highest she's been at in terms of captured puppies. There's no chance of Perdita coming back out.
And he cannot activate Horse to capture that 11.
He already did capture Horse.
Pongo.
He already activated Horse to put a puppy on the board.
Oh, I didn't.
All right, Yzma is just fating. That's all we can do. So you probably get rid of the telephone. No, we're getting rid of the Roadster, maybe. No,
Nope.
All right. We're Labradors. Get rid of that puppy. Go, puppy. Shoo, shoo.
And we're after them. Oh my goodness.
There's Cusco.
Now I do discarding all our hand. I do believe there is one.
There's one more Path of Righteousness, I think.
Yes, there is. So if he can figure out which deck it is in,
Oh
there
my god.
There it is. Kronk is now a hero. And
oh my god.
Zach is gonna have to pull out all the stops to get him back on his side of the board.
Oh my god.
We're gonna
Devil take it.
Are we getting back?
You have to pick of your deck right now. Honestly, maybe a fireplace poker. Just go murder Pongo next turn.
Yeah, because if he puts the poker on Horus and defeats Pongo,
that opens up Hell Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's what we're seeing.
There it is.
Well,
someone's gonna have to win at this point, guys.
No, we're not doing the fireplace poker.
We're not doing the poker.
We are not doing it. We're doing to that devil woman.
Oh, okay.
So that does a similar thing, but means that Pongo does not return somewhere, but is just going to squat.
So he does play the path that rocks. It does take the power off of Kronk.
But Kronk stays a hero.
I don't think that Weiro has a timer going.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't start an hour timer, as I didn't think I would need one. We started at like 8:15.
Mm-hmm. So we're going about a half hour.
If we hit 9, yeah, this will be the last game of tonight's stream. It's an interesting game, though.
Yeah, they're definitely taking their time. It looks like he played Colonel to move the nanny to cover up that fate action.
Mm-hmm.
Spending that devil woman to move the Colonel.
And then just murder Nanny.
With the nanny.
Bash her over the head. Oh my god. This is just Yzma's worst nightmare. What even is that card? Oh.
I don't even know. Beware the Groove.
The groove. So that gets set aside. Shuffle everything. Oh, no, that's right. Set that aside. Pull out a hero. Then shuffle everything.
And then pick which deck you want that hero to go in.
Yep. Yzma is so weird. And just figuring out, okay, what do we do in this edge case?
This can be a good and bad thing picking which deck these things go in. Well, that did not work as planned.
Now you want 4 decks. And we now have 4 decks. And I think you throw... I don't even... You throw Tipo somewhere not near Cusco.
Yeah.
I would have thrown him into the palace.
Usually he does. Usually he plays the kid over at the palace, but I guess he's choosing not to at this point. Probably knowing how long this game is going on. Activating horse, probably. To bring out an 11. He still has 3 puppy tokens left. Tokens. Okay. Puppy tokens left in his lovely bag.
Yzma right now is just desperately trying.
There we go.
Get Kronk back in your hand. Then you gotta play Kronk. We know where the kids are.
We were like, someone win!
This is why we made the game timer. This is for fun. We're having fun here. This is the only game these two are gonna play. I will let them know eventually. Woof.
I personally would get rid of that telephone. Personally. Because his nope, he's moving that captain.
Captain moving Jasper.
Not moving Jasper.
Interesting.
And we're fading.
Fate.
The fate.
Fate. There's Tipo.
Oy vey. I can sense the frustration in Zach's playing. He's like, darn children. Darn children.
Oop. And just dump the whole hand. Just goodbye. Goodbye, hand.
And there was a cruel in there. That's probably why he did not move the captain. So we're gonna play Kronk to get rid of the kid for the 50th time today.
You do not move Kronk yet, because Path of Righteousness will just turn him back into a hero.
Oh my goodness! At this point, he. Oh gosh, we're moving a hero.
God, but now you want to put Path of Righteousness on Kronk because then he can't be moved.
I can't. I can't right now. Okay.
Oh my God. This is just gone from.
You do have a game.
Oh my God! On the run. This has gone from being a slog to just it is. We have passed on. We are ascending to a higher plane of existence.
Oh my God! There. By the way, there is a game timer going. It's in the corner. I think one of the other.
Oh, is there?
People yet they have 5 minutes left of this game.
Oh my God. Error in deck splitter function.
At this point you would have more time efficiency to just alt and right click.
Honestly,
oh no. Error in script. All right, guys.
I'm just telling them just finish the game. Don't care if the timer goes out. Just play.
Yes. Goodness gracious. Activating Horus, pulling out that 22.
God.
Drawing a card.
Zachary, surprisingly not fading. I think because he wants to get at the dagger and also smash something.
Yes.
Smash the palace because that's what Kronk can't play. Oh my god!
Oh my goodness. He was going to have it smash with the hammer 3 times.
Jesus.
I honestly, I have decent luck with smashing with the hammer. Like, I'm not perfect, but I don't think rarely do I ever smash Cusco.
I am admiring Zachary's restraint and just gonna put it back in the deck splitter. Just gonna resplit the decks. I know some other players on here whose names I will not mention would be like, I need to step away.
I would be one of those players. I will admit that. I would be that player. I would chuck Cusco like clear across the room and be like, you know what? That's fine.
Picking back up that
It's
devil
fine.
woman. Making sure, no, I don't want any heroes at Radcliffe House. Thank you.
I didn't see very much vanquishing over on Corilla's side over there.
Yeah, no, is this Ursula over here just stacking everything in the Eric ship? I mean, the milk farm.
He did eavesdrop, and we're fading again.
We are reshuffling for the second time. Reshuffling Corilla's fate deck. Oh my god! It doesn't matter because he has it. That devil take it. He has the devil woman. No, actually, no. It does matter because there's no power at that location.
Yes.
So a brief respite for the fading for Yzma. Oif. But we do play that. Oh my god.
I think we need to move the villain
over
selector.
there. So you can't take any milk farm puppies because Anita and Roger are there. Honestly, I think you should. I don't even know what you do here. Are we taking back the Devil Woman again? Oh, we're taking back whatever it takes. Okay.
Probably to discard over there.
Possibly.
At this point, I would have moved the Roadster.
Yes.
Spending 1 after them.
Just hoping.
No, we're not. We are not doing it.
Come on, you gotta hope. You gotta hope
and pray.
You gotta believe in the heart of the cards.
Do it.
No, we're smashing.
No!
Instead, we are smashing. Boy,
Okay,
the
watch
groove.
Cusco come out.
Is that Cusco again?
Yes.
It hit you. Oh my god. Okay, I think Zachary may have stepped away at this, but I don't see his mouse.
I would have stuck with after them.
You would have won. You would have won.
Over, and life would be great. If this was a tournament match, this would just be so sad.
Or are they giving up? I don't even know what's going on right now. I think they've given up. Wow.
Are we? We're calling it.
Just after them. Oh, they're calling it. Okay.
They're calling it. They're calling it as if they played after them, and that was what happened.
Oh my god.
Oh my
was
goodness.
Fucking nuts.
He disconnected. He's like, I'm out.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, that was fun.
Gracious.
Thank you so much for joining me for that experience. Disney Dixie.
I think we've learned that Smash It with a Hammer is not the best time to play it when you're about to vanquish Cusco.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a problem. What a matchup. Yes, we ate. It was a matchup.
All right.
At some point.
this has been an evening. I will probably stream again next Tuesday if you would like to be featured on my stream, playing either a league match or a just for fun match. Let me know. I try to feature 2 sets per stream. Also, if you're interested in commentating, let me know as well. And yeah, thank you so much for coming, everyone. It has been a time. I'll catch you all later. I will stop.